There's going to be a video showing my 2 lift panels I have. I do have more parts that will go with that lift panel. I've got to have this up here. These 2 are from the Market Square, Geelong, the old. These came out of I believe the lifts were Johns Perry lifts in the Market Square, but they were maintained by ThyssenKrupp. I believe what they did, they took the original plastic ones and put these Vandal buttons in for the Johns Perry lift in Market Square. I got these off the lift engineer. I said I spoke to him when they're doing the modernisation. I said when you pull the lift panel out of the lift and the floor position indicator, can I have it? Let me have them. Because otherwise it'd be thrown in a skip. I do have an old video when this lift used to be in use with these panels. When the lift was also being modernised, I'll have a look at the lift shaft as well. Inside the lift shaft that the lift this was pulled out of. And actually stand on top of the lift shaft, and I got a photo of it as well. With the stop switch activators, the lift wouldn't go anywhere. It's all original. I have to wire it up again. I had a relays in there to make it going. I've got to rewire all this. These are a pain to wire up, these Dewhurst buttons. But it's all from the Market Square Geelong, this panel. I do have the phone somewhere. I did have the phone for them, if I don't know where I've put that now. This position again. And then I got the Johns Perry lift panel from the maintain. Oh, it was an old the lifts that this was from. I actually pulled this out with the lift engineers. This came out of the K-Rock radio station building in Geelong, and Andrew, who does the Decent Juicy channel on YouTube as well, he has the other panel from this, but the buttons went in. They didn't get the buttons to the other plate because the buttons all fell out. Were stuck to the back panel, I should say, when I tried pulling them out. So I pulled out this one, and this one came out in with the buttons on the back. So I actually pulled this out with a Phillips head screwdriver and pulled this out of the lift when the lift was turned off. When they shut down the lift to do modernisation, I pulled this out and took it home. And with the manager and the lift engineer's permission, obviously. So there's the old sign. That Johns Perry, when the lifts were in service, you couldn't see that Johns Perry lift plaque on the panel because Otis Elevators actually remained. Because all the Johns Perry lifts that you find around today are not actually maintained and operated by Johns Perry anymore. That company doesn't even exist. They don't even make lifts anymore. This company, they don't even know around anymore. When this was in use, I actually had an Otis thing on here because the lifts were maintained by Otis and modernised by Otis as well. These just have key switches in here. Door open, door closed, emergency stop. We tried to get the buttons here because they were on the back panel and I couldn't get the back thing off, so it was part of the lift. I did have Christmas lights behind this a while ago. I thought that card was on the back. I had to make my own contacts as well for these because I didn't have the contacts. I had to make my own contacts. Look at the lights are still in there. They are still in there as well. Well, I did make this work. I had a common negative on all the buttons, and I had earth on the panel, and then plus on a separate thing. Johns Perry Lifts is not a company around anymore, so when it's best I didn't see Johns Perry being modernised to have a word with the lift engineers and see if they can let you pull the panel out, or if they can pull it out for you and then you come back and later pick it up, because Johns Perry Lifts are not even made no longer. There used to be a pair of 3 Johns Perry lifts in Melbourne, but and an old Lexan lift in the Block Arcade. But I did get lucky enough. I got a video of all 4 lifts before modernisation hit the lifts. Sadly enough, I didn't get the panel from those lifts, but I was there in the modernised lift. I didn't get to speak to the engineers. But what they just have is 2 original Johnson Waygood lifts, 1 Johns Perry, and 1 Otis Lexan was added later after Johnson Waygood lifts were put in. Most Johns Waygood elevators and Johns Perry lift elevators and Otis lifts commonly use phones like these as the emergency phones. So even when these lifts were in use in the K-Rock building, they still had rotary phones still in the lift, like exactly like this one in use as the emergency phone. But I believe what they would have done, they had them rigged to auto dial the lift engineers automatically. Because back in the day when these lifts were made, they didn't have an emergency phone designed where you just press down and hold down the emergency phone like this and it'll set the phone off automatically. They didn't have that back in the 70s, 60s and that. So they used to use rotary phones as the emergency phone. And then the number would be written in the middle of the dial label. Dial this number in emergency, or we just dial 000. These are my two original lift panels, both from two different buildings in Geelong. That from Market Square, and this from the K-Rock building.